Imagine somebody earning 30,000 naira as a minimum wage, and you're expecting to live for 30 days without putting his or her hand into something that will give him more money.
There's been an avalanche lately on online native doctor, online ritual, social media native doctors. So today we're going to talk about the spate of ritual stroke social media native doctors. My name is Valentine Agogo, and I'm here on set with Mr. Augustino Milo. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
So, all right, this is Novel TV Live, and you heard my intro.
Yes.
What do you have to say about the rising avalanche? The way it's growing, man, they are everywhere.
Everywhere.
They are everywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone just wakes up in the morning and starts sending follows, requests for you to follow them back and advertising their rituals, their content. It's rampant. What do you have to say about that, please?
Two stories quickly. One young man was traveling abroad. He met some of all these online native doctors. He said he will give him a concussion so that if he gets there, whatever he does, nobody will find him out.
Okay.
So when he got to the airport, they were pursuing them. So he was running. So the moment the white man caught me, he held him by the shirt. He said, did you see me? because the native doctor told him that it will be the more you look, the less you see. They will not see you. He said, did you see me?
Can you imagine?
Then another one now, recently, somebody in Ondo State, so one of the native doctors gave him a human score. He said he should be bathing with it every 1 a.m., for him to boost his business rewards or something. So he was doing it for 1 month, no result. So he called the native doctor and said, come and carry your score. I'm not making any fun. So when the man refused so he told the man to refund his money. So the native doctor actually started refunding he refunded 20,000. So on the day that he asked the native doctor to come and pick the score, the man didn't come. So he was trying to now go throw away the score. He put it behind his house, and the landlady, the children of the landlord saw the score and they reported him to the police and they arrested him. So he was explaining his ordeal. So now you want to ask yourself, a lawyer was telling me about 2 days ago. He said the Nigerian economy is built on fraud. Because a lot of persons no longer believe they can use their hands to work and get money. So how can you imagine somebody earning 30,000 naira as a minimum wage, and you're expecting to live for 30 days without putting his or her hand into something that will give him more money? So a lot of persons are doing some things that will get him. So it doesn't matter to them whether the thing is fraudulent or not. Sometimes so fraud is defined now by us, as a hustle. So we define fraud by ourselves. So a lot of persons are now going into all these kind of fraudulent activities, incling whatever you call it, maybe online rituals and all that.
Social media.
So it's all of them are just fall out of the economic woes Nigeria is facing.
We've been curious about the way the EFCC and other security agencies have been after the G-boys, the hookup girls, and all of that. All right, but how come they don't try to track down directly these guys? Because these online native doctors, they advertise themselves.
Yes.
And sometimes you see some of their content is very appalling, it's disgusting. You will see a lot of blood, you see different things, you see skull. As in from the skull, you could see that this is a human skull.
Yes.
All right? And other things, you see money everywhere. How come the law doesn't reach out to those people and hold them accountable for the contents they have in their possession? Not just for what they claim to do now, the so-called power they say they have, but the contents they have in their possession that they are advertising. How come the law has not been able to lay hands on them officially so that to reduce the rampant nature of their existence?
Yes. Unfortunately, the law of the land, provides for things like OBT, that is obtaining by tricks. That is only where, or one of the ways they can actually hold those people to accountability. Otherwise, the law does not provide for all these voodoos, because the law frowns at it as if it doesn't exist. They don't believe in it. And yes, some persons are falling prey. Yes, and some people will tell you that they use it. That a native doctor is very powerful. He does this, he does that.
They call them blogs.
Yes, if you go to them, they give you some incantations, and nobody will shoot you, and the thing will penetrate and all that. So because of it, and the law enforcement agencies don't have backings from the system, that is from the constitution now, from the code, criminal codes, to actually prosecute these people. Unless they put them into the dock on account of fraudulent practice, that is OBT. Okay. So that is how it is. It is unfortunate that Nigerian law does not provide for the prosecution of these people properly. And sometimes also when you see them appear in public space, sometimes even the law enforcement agencies are afraid of them. The agents now, when you see this man is a native doctor, the man is a very powerful. So they are very careful.
Very careful.
So these are the kind of things we see. But yet they are a group of persons that actually distorting the peace of this country by the activities they are carrying out here. But as that lawyer said, Nigeria's economy is built around fraud, encouraging people to do things that ordinarily they should not be doing, but because they want to survive, they do them and go scot-free.
Two very quick things before we round up this episode. One, what's the way out? How do you see a solution or a way out of this?
Yes.
And two, would you legitimize their operations and legitimize those who actually patronize them based on the excuse that is the hardship of the country or the poor economic state that is driving them into what they now call hustle?
Yes. The scripture says, be it unto you according to your faith. So if you now, instead of working hard by training yourself skillfully to achieve your life ambition, you now decide to patronize a herbalist who in the first place have not been able to equip his own children and himself. That's to you. So for me, to curb those kind of insinuations or practices, people should be enlightened. So that you now see, there is no need to cut corners. Even if you want to patronize a native doctor, first of all, train yourself. If you train yourself, whatever the native doctor is providing for you will work faster. If, for example, now you are a medical doctor, and the voodoo man is trying to make an incantation for you to be able to have clients or so. So the person should be able to come to you and meet a doctor that is orthodox doctor that is properly trained. So it works faster. But if a voodoo man is making incantation for you to now have clients that will come to you when you are a quack doctor, people will be dying in your hands, because the voodoo man, if you have that kind of thing to equip you, he should be equipping his own children and equipping himself. Have you gone to places where these people live? They don't live. They don't live well. Have you seen some of them contesting elections? Say now they
have become big. They now have investments everywhere.
No, you don't have them. So for me, the best thing to do is to train yourself properly. But so that even if you want to now contract somebody to make your life better, it will be faster and better for you and easier because you are already equipped.
Okay. We're not promoting these online native doctors. All right. Neither are we going to allow them to give the excuse of the hardship in the country as a platform for them to thrive in their practices. All right. From us on Noble TV Live, please do like, share, and drop your comments. And don't forget to subscribe. Coming up shortly, we'll be giving you some enlightenment on some possible fast, small-scale businesses that you can actually lay your hands on and gradually grow into what you really desire to become, instead of patronizing such online ritualists or social media native doctors. Thank you.